Some stuff for the museums.
Okay.
Like
Carol's gonna be with us.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I hadn't had down like that one.
You might,
What
Donna, you might have to mute all. I don't think I'm able to mute people.
is that?
Okay. Bring up participants. Okay.
Hi, good girl. You want to talk to me now?
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, but they can hear me. Okay. Jamie's like, yeah. So, yeah, this is new for me, guys. So just bear with me here. Let me put my participants in place here. So I'll have you all set up. Okay. Hi, Sandra. Okay. If somebody wants to say anything that says hi or anything, you can unmute yourself individually, I guess, because we had some background noise, so I had to mute everybody ahead of time. So, and then we'll get started in a couple of minutes. I still see a few people jumping in, so. I have another friend here, Katie. She's on the phone line listening in on my end. So. Okay. Okay, well, let's see what time we got. A couple minutes after 9. So how about if we get started? Okay, so welcome everybody to our community call on Tuesday nights. I'm glad everybody could join us. My name's Donna Fleming. Some of you have met me before, maybe new ones may have not. So just a little bit about myself. I met Carol and Gillette last September, and I was kind of discouraged. I was very depressed at the time about my weight. I was pre-diabetic. I was pretty much at my wit's end at that time when I met her. I was on vacation, and she started sharing with me her story and Ricky's, and I was all in. I was like, okay, when can I start? You know. So as soon as I got home from vacation, I ordered my box. I got started. I'm down 50 pounds. I'd still like a couple more pounds, but I'm good. I mean, I feel great now. So even if I didn't, I'm happy where I'm at. But, you know, I'd like to have that little bit of flexibility if I could. But so then shortly after I started, I wanted to pay it forward and help my sister and family and friends. So I started coaching. And what I love about coaching is hearing everybody else's experience and how well they're doing coming off medications, getting into clothes they haven't worn in a while. It's just exciting. I have a friend that's on the phone line, like I said, Katie, and she's had some great experiences. Her goal was to get down to a certain weight to go to a wedding, to her sister's wedding, and she had to fly from Florida to New York. And she was able to enjoy that, and she was comfortable on her air flight, which was another concern of hers. So she was just thrilled. And so the experiences like that is what makes this program so wonderful and a part of the organization to be a part of. So what we're going to talk about tonight is some of the things that have helped us be successful and get to that point, which is in element 5, optimizing your surroundings. And this element is actually designed to take 1 to 2 weeks to do. So it's a lot of material to cover in 15, 20 minutes. So we're going to try and cover some of the important parts of this that I think is helpful. And then at the end, everybody can maybe bring in a part that has helped them specifically in their lives, or maybe something that I missed that we think is important for everyone to hear. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to look at the surroundings and see how we can recruit the people, modify places, and change the things that touch our lives. We're going to discover how to create a micro environment of healthy relationships, bringing people, places, and things that benefit us. Provide you with tools, resources, and tips that will help you improve your relationships, and examine the value of community and surrounding yourself with like-minded people, which is probably one of the most important things to this program. I think, you know, we want to be with like-minded people. So 3 things that we can consider throughout this is 1, our mindset. We want to understand how to optimize our relationships. 2, our skill sets. We want to understand the hot or go system and the cool and no system, which we're going to go more into as we go on. And then 3, we want to identify the strategies to specifically to help stay above the line that improves our relationships. So as it was brought out last week in element 4, we have the above the line and below the line. And this element will help you to recognize when you're drifting below the line. So knowing what we're going to go over is going to help us to know that when we're drifting below that. So if we turn over to page 128, this is all in, of course, your Enjoy Life book. No, not Enjoy Life book. Your life book. Many of you know where I'm coming from when I say that. You know where I've been today. So we see that they have a diagram here that it talks about the above the line where it's open, our curious growth mindset. And then below the line is a closed defense, want to be right attitude. So, and we don't want to have that kind of attitude. So, let me see where my notes are here. I'm on page 128. I have my notes here, so I was trying to stick with that. But so what this page brings out is that we have what Dr. A refers to as a Labrador brain, which is the hot or go. And that's where you can react to our emotions, maybe unexpectedly, or we're going to maybe not take the time to think about before we react to something. So, and then we have the cool or now system, which he refers to as our thinking brain, when we stop and we think about things. Let me see, I wanted to see where I'm at on this page here. So it brings out that when we go below the line, we want to understand how to pull ourselves above the line. This page is important because there's 2 practical ways to help us, which I just stated, which is the hot or go system or the no and cool system. And the no is the KNOW, which is emphasized because it's not the NO, it's the KNOW. So we want to know and think about what we're doing. So, and it brings out that the body is in a relaxed state with a slow heart rate, normal blood pressure. So this is a habits of health state and goal that we want to try to incorporate in our lives now through this journey. So the 2 systems play 2 very different roles. The go system, and we want to have that stop, choose, and challenge, choose. Got that backwards. Stop, challenge, and choose. So when we do that, we're able to really think about and stop before we react to something. And then the no is where we can learn to be self-aware of what we're doing before we react. Let's see. And then on page 135, we have tips that can help us stay above the line. And I'm going to go through these tips, and these are to keep us from having that hot or go system. So it comes under the stop and challenge and choose, and that we want to stay above the below line. And it talks about that we want to immediately sense your breathing, feel the hot energy, cool down before you speak or react. Open your water bottle slowly and take a drink before speaking. So this will give us time to think about what we're going to say, or how we're going to react, what our actions are going to be. Think about how your response can improve your health before choosing. Because, when we get below that line, our blood pressure goes up, our reactions can be, can affect our health, actually. So that's how we want to, it can actually improve your health if you don't go there, right? We want to count to 10 before responding. Sometimes it brings out that you want to sleep on it before responding, especially if it's something that, maybe a financial situation or something you really want to think about overnight. You want to get a better night's sleep, smile, be appreciative, and then be open, curious, and desire growth when challenged. Okay, so we can go over these things and really think about what can help us to accomplish that. And then on the next page, on page 136, it has 4 questions that we can ask ourselves. And these questions will help us to avoid unnecessary issues, such as what is happening? What did I want to have happen? What is missing? And what's next? So these 4 questions can keep us out of that drama triangle that we've spoke about in prior elements and allow us to pull ourselves up and out of that below line, right? With these new strategies on how to improve how you act, model, and respond to others, it shifts our focus to how you can help other people around you become a better person in itself too, because our reaction, of course, passes on to other people, right? Because that's what, then they're going to respond by our reactions. Let's see, then we turn over to page 142, and we have avoiding traps. And it says that one of the key areas you're going to have to work on is on family members, friends, others creating scenarios that are well-intended, but put you in a position that would create behavior that is not supportive of your new path or story. So they give an example here because a lot of times it's the people that we surround ourselves with as part of our journey that can either sabotage or support our journey here. And if we're around people that are going to sabotage, sometimes we need to let them know, about, if they haven't already, we haven't talked to them about our health journey. We want to let them know how serious we are and how important it is to us, and what our why is. Why are we doing this? Our family members who we see on a regular basis really need to understand the importance that it means to us, right? So it gives this example. It says, we might all have a well-meaning grandmother that makes our favorite pie and expects us to eat everything that she serves. So it's important for us to use our new skills here to address a potential relationship issue if you say no, because we wouldn't want to offend our grandmother or another close family member, right? So we want to do it in a loving way. So the best thing you can do is politely explain why you're choosing to not eat the pie. It says, I recommend a big hug and I appreciate the thought and I love you if it is appropriate. You can also ask them to respect your request to support you because it is very important to you. Also, to give you strength, you can even share with them your why in element 1, being clear why you are here, which explains all the important reasons you are making these changes. So, and of course, if it's a family member, like a grandmother, they're going to be loving and supportive of the choices that you're trying to make and trying to become healthy. And with that, you may bring other people into the journey with you. I know myself, I was able to bring my husband into the journey with me, and we were able to do it together. And he's now healthy along with me, and we support each other. So it's very helpful. If you have other family members and close friends, that coworkers, people that you daily have relationships with, these are ones that you really want to get to let them understand where you're at. And then there's a lot of information in this element. One of them that I thought was pretty interesting also is on page 147, the electronic leash, it's called. Dr. A has different names for things that are very interesting, but I like the way he puts stuff. But he was saying here that one of the distractions that has crept into our modern life and has created an almost insatiable craving is our relationship with our digital devices. He says that where's this part at? He says that without the cost of our health and well-being, skip that part. He says our attention span has dropped over the last decade from 12 to 8 seconds. Now, that's not very long. It says which is shorter than a goldfish. So that's pretty bad. Our attention span is that short. It says it's a source of stress and causes a decrease in productivity and physical illness, such as neck pain, elevated blood pressure, and an all-out exhaustion, which is true. I mean, I don't know about others, but I know sometimes my phone or my iPad keeps me so busy that it is exhausting, you know? So it gives us a list of things that we can go down to help us with this. It tells us to, turn off the push notifications. I know a lot of times I use the airplane mode to stop notifications from interrupting me from doing things. Another one was perform a phone stack, which means, everybody, let's say you're sitting down at a dinner table, everybody would put their phones in another room or in another area so nobody can be interrupted. And you can actually have some quality time with your family and friends. It also brings out change your screen to black and white, which will decrease the appeal and not grab your attention. Pick periods during the day that are digital free times. A good way of doing this is to leave your phone at your desk when you get up every hour to move. It's a good idea. This way you are incorporating 2 habits of health into one period. Make your bedroom a digital free room and invest in a good old-fashioned alarm clock. That might be difficult for some of us. Stop multitasking and focus on one screen at a time. Read a book rather than on a paper rather than a digital. Hold your phone and place your digital devices at eye level to decrease neck strain. And a lot of us, especially on our iPads, at our meetings and so forth, that can be a real problem. I know I use a step stool at the meetings, so it keeps my legs elevated. So when my iPad is on my knees, it's level with my eyes. I'm not leaning down the whole time for an hour and a half, straining my neck. So those kind of things we can think about. And this one here, I like, use the 20-20-20 rule. It says, look up from your device every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's a really good idea, I thought. Then we have, so that pretty much wraps up what I've had for this element. Like I said, there's a lot of information here to cover. So I'm going to put it out to the group, to the question that what action are you going to implement as a result of this element? Maybe some of you can share what you got from this element. Okay, Stanley, I'm gonna unmute you, Stanley.
Yeah, great job, Donna. Thank you for presenting here. Appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I like all the points you mentioned, but something I'm big on relationships. The relationships we have kind of enriches our lives. And sometimes we ignore our current relationships because we may not be satisfied with them. And then we go try to establish new relationships. But those other relationships, like it mentions family, you still have to address those things. So for me, I love my family, and they can be a trigger for me. But instead of me, running away from them, I want to try to really improve those relationships with them first. And then, of course, build good relationships with new people as I come to meet them. But really focusing on the relationships I have with those that I already know. And then not allowing them to be a trigger for me as I go forward. I feel like, you go back and fix the problem and you can resolve it. And things may happen still, but at least you went back and made peace with certain things. And then, if something does happen, it won't be a trigger, and then it leads you down a little rabbit hole of emotional reactions.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, that's good, Stanley. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Barbara.
Okay, what I appreciated and what I have actually been using, excuse me, is the stop, challenge, and choose. The one that I've been using is count to 10 before responding. And I've been, and I do that. I don't do it a lot, but if something come up, then, I'll just kind of count to 10 and just like, oh, okay, that was better. So that was something that I remembered that I like if I'm being triggered, is that I'll just, stop and, just wait a minute and challenge it to basically find out, okay, so what's going on with this and how is this going to help anything? And, I ask myself questions and then I choose which way I'm going to go. And then with counting to 10 before responding, it really helps me a lot.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, it's a good way to do that. Anybody else? Jamie?
Great job, Donna. That sounded wonderful. I really liked what you touched on when you brought up the micro habits of the electronic leash. That is, I think, one of the hardest things to get rid of now that that's kind of how all of us are stuck to, even at work. We're stuck to our computers, we're stuck to our emails. And the 20-20-20 rule, that was actually something that a friend of mine had brought up to me. She had worked in healthcare before, and she would always make me now she would do every 2 hours. Every 2 hours we had to get up, we had to move, we had to be away from our screens, and that really helped. And once she left and no longer works with me, I have found I was missing that. So that's something that after reading that, I want to put that back into play, because that really did help me just to even clear my head, to just get up, walk away from the screen for a little bit, and turning off those push notifications, muting conversations. We're all in these group chats and they can go on and on and on. So muting those things, knowing when we need to take a time to not have it in our face is a good boundary for us to have. So great job. Thank you so much, Donna.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes, thank you. Okay, and Ricky. Let's see, maybe I lost you, Ricky. Put your hand back up, Ricky.
Yeah, thank you again, Donna. That was really good. And the one that really that I'm working on too is just like what Jamie mentioned. There is all those notifications, because there was a point, and James helped me with this too some time ago, where I was getting like so many notifications, and somebody had put my phone on blinker, and so it was blinking and buzzing, off the table all the time, constantly, and it was running me crazy. I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown, but anyway, so he showed me how to take all those notifications off and to just check my phone every now and then for things. I still miss stuff sometimes, but I think that's a little bit better than going crazy. I don't have to be into everything. I've made myself realize that. So I think that's a very good thing to put into play.
Yeah. So you were on that hot and go. So now you're cool.
I'm cool. I try to be in the know, but I'm not in the know.
You're in the know now. That's good. Okay. Hi, Tamara. How you doing?
How are you doing? Very good job, Donna. I actually love this element. What I actually loved was on page 137, where just talking about how we can understand people from their vantage point. Because a lot of times, just naturally, with us as humans, we always like to talk about ourselves, right? Like we want to talk about our viewpoint, how we, our world, our story. But a lot of times we need to just step aside and actually understand another person from their viewpoint, just because what maybe we think or feel may be right, they could be right as well. It's just coming from a different perspective. And when we do that, when we kind of, hop off our planet into their world, then it can actually open up relationships. And that can just help us to be calm. Because a lot of times when people are saying things or whatever, they're not saying it to hurt us, or where we end up in this drama triangle or anger. But if we actually just sit back to see where they're coming from, that can actually lessen our stress, where it can just have a regular, conversation. So just some different things. I actually enjoy this, and just like on a personal level, as well as just being a coach, listening to my clients, finding out what they want, because it's not about what I want. It's about their journey, their why, and just meeting them where they're at. But I love from some of the trainings we've been on is, of course, meeting them where they're at, but not leaving them there. You know, of course, if it's something that needs to be adjusted, just awaken them to something different. That's all I have.
Yeah, yeah, I like that, Tamara, that listening, we're really getting good at that with the coaching because we do need to really listen to what, the clients, what their needs are. And then we have James. James is gonna add something to it today.
Hey, good evening, everybody. So I just wanted to share what I appreciate about Element 5 and optimizing your surroundings. And I love how this element goes into so many different things. When we think about optimizing your surroundings, we think about just like the people around us. And then I know Dr. A talks a lot about in here, our community and even our food. It can be, we can surround ourselves with the right type of food. But one of the things I just wanted to take this to the next step and talk about how I love why one of the reasons why I became a coach is because I know that the program is amazing, but I needed that extra layer of support and extra layer of accountability. And I needed to optimize my surroundings and surround myself with like-minded people that's going to encourage me, and it's going to support me and going to keep me going. So I love our client support group and our client community, but one of the things that what's really kept me going on my own personal health journey was becoming a coach, because now I got another layer of accountability. I got another layer of surroundings that's helping keep me accountable, not just to my health, but to all areas of life, in my mindset and my personal development, growing as a person, growing as a coach, and also growing as a leader. So that was one of the things I just want to kind of add, that how when we think about what Dr. A talks about optimizing our surrounding, it's all different things, but the coaching business opportunity and the community that coaching gave me really helped me. And a lot of the coaches, I mean, like half the people on here, before coaching, I would have never known you guys and never known a lot of people here, but this coaching community brought us together. Now we're families, we're brothers and sisters, and different areas. We're all, all around the country. But I love that the coaching's given me another layer of accountability and support.
True, especially the community part. That's what I like. Yeah, this community is wonderful to have. It's just a great support. So if nobody else has anything on the Element 5 that they appreciated, maybe if somebody has a success that they wanted to share that they've accomplished this week, maybe in the last week. Anybody want to share one of their successes? What do we call that? What do we call that, Ricky? Go ahead, Jamie. Or Ricky, we can't hear you.
Your non-scale victory.
Yeah, that's it. Non-scale victory. Thank you. Oh, we got Julia Wilson. Hold on, Julie. Let me.
Yeah, that would be Julia Winston. Hi. It's okay. My non-scale victory, well, I've had scale victories too, but my non-scale victory is that I think last week was the first time in about maybe the last 3 to 4 years, I was, like I said, one other meeting, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia. And then I also have some problems with my colon. But one of the questions on my interview with my doctor every time I check in is, does your ailment allow you to do or interact with activities, your normal activities? And then one of the activities that's asked is, were you able to walk 2 miles within the last week? So I've never been able to say yes, but last week, and I must also say that in the last week and a half, I'm still dealing with COVID. I had a test yesterday and it's still showing that I'm positive, but I'm feeling much better, just a little sinus drainage. But I was able to walk last week 2 miles, and I
Mm.
felt really good afterwards. And I had COVID. So that was a great accomplishment for me off the scales.
Oh, that's fantastic, Julia. That is just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We love to hear experiences like that. That's what's so motivating when we hear things like that. Anybody else have something to share? I know that I saw another hand. I forget who it was now. But it is that time, James, so I don't see anybody else wants to. Do you want to chime in now? Relieve me?
Yeah, of course. If you're ready to pass it over, then
Yes, I am.
yeah, I'll be happy to take it. Yeah, if you guys can, we all please throw in the chat some love for Donna, for leading us on the element today, on element 5, on optimizing your surrounding. If we can please throw some love in the chat. If you weren't someone that had the courage to come off mute and share, maybe throw some in the chat, something you got from this element, or even something you heard today that kind of stood out to you, or you want to start implementing to your own personal health. Would be amazing if we can kind of throw that in the chat to all kind of support each other, keep each other going. So cool. So we are going to actually transition. I see Sylvia has her hand up. Sylvia, did you want to say something before we move into our community call?
Can I, James? I'm sorry, because I'm not going to be able to stick around, but I did want to say how amazing. I thought you did so good, Donna. Thank you so much. You're right. That was a lot of information. I'm personally working on limiting multitasking because I feel like my poor little one brain is going in 17 different directions, and there's no need for that. And so thankfully this element is calming things down and getting back into the cool or no system, because it serves me so much better. So thank you so much for bringing that out. Thank you, James.
Yeah, of course. So good. Thank you, Sylvia, for chiming in and sharing that. So cool. So we will now, at this time, we're going to transition. Oh, it looks like we have Donna. Donna has one more announcement for you guys.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Donna.
James, sorry. I have my friend Katie, and she wanted to say something. Go ahead, Katie.
Hi, everybody. I'm new to the program, and this is about my third phone meeting. And I just wanted to say hello. And I had you on mute the whole time because I'm in the hospital right now, and I didn't want any hospital sounds bothering you during the meeting. So I just wanted to say how much success I've had with the program and how much better I feel knowing there are others out there fighting the same fight.
That's great, Katie. Thank you.
Okay.
So good. Thank you, Katie. Oh, I think that was a great way to kind of transition. So good. So good. Katie, thank you for sharing, and hope you get better and feel better really, really soon. Thank you for, even with all this stuff going on, for jumping on and sharing and helping someone else out with your story. And that's really what this is all about, you guys. One of the reasons why, one of the major components of our program, when Dr. Anderson, the co-founder of Optavia, you guys may know because he's the author of the life book that we create. I mean, that we follow. One of the things he said was, we know that in order to help people be successful when it comes to this health and weight loss thing, people need a healthy surrounding. They need a healthy community, because most of us just don't have good support systems and good community around us. And so what I love about this, and how we can all come together in a safe place where we have that support, we have that community, we have each other. We're all clients here, even though most of us, actually about probably a third of us on this call are coaches. We're still clients. Even you clients, your coach is still a client, and they are still on their own journey. Just because they're a coach don't mean that we figured this thing out, because you can't figure it out, right? Health is what's the word I'm looking for? There is no end game. There is no end game. And I love how weight loss is just the first step. Getting to a healthy BMI is the first step. Then it's all about optimizing. But we have this support, we have this community, we have each other. to kind of keep each other going and keep each other motivated. So thank you, all of our clients, for being here. We do appreciate you all. At this time, we are going to transition into our coaching call. You're more than welcome to stay and join us for our coaching call if you'd like. You don't have to. We encourage you to stay. Again, just how we do our community call with our clients, we do the same thing as coaches. And why? It's because we want to become better coaches. We want to learn how to support our clients better. We want to learn how to help more people. And we want to learn how we can get all the tools we need in order to move this thing forward on Dr. A's mission on getting the world healthy. So we still got people trying to come in. All right, cool. So we'll see you guys, clients. We'll see you all next week. If you're jumping off, we're going to be in our life book on element 6. And I didn't see who's going to be leading that next week, but it's going to be on your path to a healthy weight, which is a real good element. They're all great elements. So we'll see you next week. Cool. At this time, we're transitioning to our coaching call. So coaches, and if any clients stayed on, welcome. Welcome. And coaches, welcome. Good to see you guys all. Again this week. I'm actually, if you guys, I don't know if you guys can notice, things are a little different for me. This week I'm on my phone because I left my laptop at somebody's house all the way in San Diego. So I'm trying to navigate stuff on my phone and all the boxes and squares. So I won't be able to see everybody unless I scroll. Let me actually do a little scroll and see who's on here. All right, who we got? There's Coach Ricky. Hello, Emily, Julia, Winston. I see you over there. Hello there, Jamie. Hi, Sandra. Stan the Man. There's Nellie. There's Barbara, Donna, Barbara, Vivi. Woo! I'm doing this because you guys know we always got to hear from our new coaches. And Vivi's not a new coach, but this is her first time here with us as a coach. So you guys know we're going to hear from her tonight, right? So Vivi, you got about 30 seconds to get ready. Cool. Alan, Tamara, Velocity, you got Jessica. Look, people leaving. Like, let me leave before he called my name. I know Robert, Danielle, Crystal, Latoya, Charles, Robert, Aisha, and Tanya Washington. All right, cool. Well, as you guys know, before we get this call cracking, we would love to hear from any of our new family members, any of our new coaches. And again, Vivi's not a new coach. She's been here for a couple months. She had a lot of stuff going on that she was working on, and she'll share a little bit about that with you guys. But I want to introduce you guys and welcome Vivi to our coaching family. Let's see, I don't want to take all of her story and her spotlight, but we used to be neighbors when Flora and I were living in Costa Mesa. And then we moved to Fresno, and she was still in Costa Mesa. Now she's on the other side of the country, but in Florida. But Vivi, if you want to come off mute and maybe just share with everybody who you are, how long you've been coaching, your experience on the program, and what made you decide to become a coach.
Let's see. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Viviana. Just deal with me here. I have accent, so I'm going to speak a little bit lower, even it took me 30 seconds. I'm from Costa Rica, and yeah, I was a neighbor of James. James talked to me and said, hey, are you interested in this program? My first thing is like, nope, if it's a diet, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, no. It's about mental, help people to get their goals. And it's just not only about dieting, they're going to lose weight, but the program is more intense than that. And to be honest with you, I did try the program. I did lose the weight, and I followed James' steps one by one the whole week. And I get in love with the program, not only because, yes, I did lose the weight. I was like trying to sleep with the words, but the mental part, that was very, very important for me. I am a coach, like I-45 coach, high intense workouts. And I'm transitioned to be a breath work facilitator. I help people to release the tension, the stress, very anxious. And the program is just another element more. Oh my God, I can't find the word. It's just it's like the cherry on the top, what I do for people. I love to help people to be in a better mindset. And that's exactly what this program is. And I love to be here. Thank you for being part of the program. And yeah, I've been coaching for at least 6 months, I believe. And but I have the opportunity now to be on the group, and everything so far, see that everybody's supporting each other. That's amazing. It's very rare to find, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys and supporting each other. So yeah, let's do it together and help as many people that we need to help. And thank you, James, so much for introducing me to the program.
Yeah, I love it. You are so welcome. And thank you for sharing. Welcome to the team. Welcome to our family. And you guys, Vivi wasn't someone that needed to lose weight at all. And I wanna share this with you guys because I think it's so important what we have in our hands. Because if you guys would have saw Vivi on the street, you would have looked past her if your mindset and you're only thinking about weight loss. You guys can't see in the camera, but Vivi's probably stronger than me and can probably carry me around the gym a few times. She's, like she said, she's a fitness trainer, one of the best fitness trainers in that gym. And so has an incredible just story, transformation, physique. But when I approached her with this thing, I knew that she loved helping people. And I also knew that if Vivi came and really learned our system and learned what we do, this would be another tool, another vehicle she can use to help serve more people. And so when I approached Vivi, even though I shared the program with her, I went to her and told her I think she would be an amazing coach. That was how I approached her. I didn't approach her with program and say, Vivi, would you like to my program? But it was, hey, I think you would be a great coach. And this is something that you can use to really help more people, serve your community and serve your clients. And of course, she had this thing with integrity. She wanted to really go through it herself. And she had the transformation, everything. But now she's helping other people. She's still serving clients and is a great, just a great addition to the team. So Vivi, again, welcome to the family. And we are better because you are here. Love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Of course, so good. So I just wanted to share that because I think that was very important. And when I think of that, I think of my story, how I didn't come into this for weight loss at all. And I'm so glad. I am so glad when I reached, because Jamil didn't reach out to me, I reached out to him, but I'm so glad he didn't hold back from sharing this thing with me because I didn't need any weight loss. Because just imagine, guys, and this is what we're going to talk about today as our story and kind of the impact that this thing can have. Because if Jamil wouldn't have shared this with me or would have looked past me because I didn't need to lose any weight, I think it's safe to say, I mean, I think Optavia is exploding in 2020, the second fastest growing company in the world, where I'm pretty sure most of you would have found this probably through someone else. But if it wasn't for Jamil not looking past that, a lot of you guys wouldn't have been here. A lot of you guys wouldn't, probably everyone on this call wouldn't be here, but it was because Jamil didn't look at me as a weight loss story, but looked at me as someone like Vivi that wants to help more people and that would be a great coach, and that the business opportunity was something that could definitely help. So I think that's important to share as we're making our list, as we're talking to people, as we're helping our clients, not only thinking and looking as this as a weight loss plan, but we have a trilogy: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. I didn't need the healthy body. Vivi didn't need the healthy body, but the healthy mind aspect was what attracted her. It's what attracted me. And the healthy finance aspect is what really, really attracted me. And that's why I'm here. And a lot of us are because of that. Cool. Very, very nice. Do we have any other, sorry, I got my hand up in the screen. I told you I got to scroll with my hand. Do we have any other new coaches that we haven't yet met or introduced? And then leaders, if you guys have any coaches that's on here, you brought on any new coaches that you would love to shout out or share, please do so. No? Okay. Oh, Jamie has her hand up. Go ahead, Jamie.
I just want to give a shout out to Danielle, who signed her first client and got her up and running. So I just want to say congratulations. And you've broken the ice. Now we're going to go for this and grow, and you can start helping plenty of people like you always do. Love you.
Yes, I love that. Danielle, congratulations. You guys throw that some love in the chat for Danielle. That's yeah, like she said, that the ice has been broken from here. Yeah, sky is really the limit. Sky is really the limit. We can go out and help as many people as we want. So Danielle, congratulations on supporting, helping your first client. I know that's exciting. Very, very exciting. I can't, oh, I do remember my first client. Jessica Huff was my very, very first client. And I still am in contact. She's not on the program anymore, but still in contact with her, but was my very, very first client. 5 years ago next week, which is really cool. Yeah, 5 years ago next week is when I started coaching. Cool. Okay, very nice. So let's move on. Convention. Okay, I know if you guys been on any calls, you guys been hearing us talk about convention over and over and over. I'm excited about the group that's going in person and those that are going virtually. Really, really excited for those going in person, and for those that this is going to be your first time, your first event. You are going to, you're going to have your minds blown. Again, when I started coaching you guys 5 years ago, I was only a coach 2 weeks. I was a coach 2 weeks when my coach told me we have this national convention coming up in end of July. I need to go. And at the time, I hadn't even started my first client when I went to convention. I had no clients 2 weeks in, but I went. And by going to that event as a brand new coach, this is where I was able to, a few things happened to me at that event. One, my eyes were open and I saw this thing way bigger than what I thought it was. I thought it was just a little diet program. I thought it was just a little small group of people doing this, and I had no clue this was it was a publicly traded company that was helping millions of people around the country. And then at the time they were transitioning to Asia and different other countries. I had no clue how big this thing really was. And then it was so cool over the years to see just kind of the impact and how it's grown. That's one thing, was I was able to see bigger. And I know as a fact that if I didn't go to that event early on in my coaching business, my coaching career, I probably wouldn't have stuck around, to be honest. Because when I saw the stories, the transformation, I got to personally meet Dr. Anderson, which anybody that's a new coach, you will probably get to meet Dr. Anderson, and not only Dr. A, but all the top coaches and leaders in this thing in the country. But that was also impactful for me. And then when I came home from that event, my wife didn't go with me because we didn't have money and I couldn't afford to go. I couldn't afford to go. We threw it on a credit card, but I knew that if I remember my coach Jamil told me that if you're serious about this thing, you need to go. And I was serious. I was very serious about helping people, and I was very, very serious about building this business and using this tool called Optavia to help me support all of my goals and dreams in life. And I was very, very serious with this. So I knew that there was something I was going to have to find a way to get there. And I worked with my coach and we made it happen. But it really helped me see bigger. And I just really got a clear understanding of what was possible for me. And I saw all those people there walking across stage and these speeches and talks. And I said, well, if, nothing against them, they're amazing people. But I was like, if that person can do it, why not me? Why can't I? And that was really what this thing did for me. And since then, since I started coaching, I have not missed an event. I have not missed especially haven't missed a convention. And that was one of the things my coach told me early on is, James, again, if you're serious about this and you really want to use this vehicle and tool to help people, do not miss an event that you qualify for. And so that's been our goal since I started this thing 5 years ago. And so I say this, I'm saying all this, as Jamil would say, to kind of Jedi mind trick you guys. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, is if you are not registered for convention, to get registered. Go, go, go. This is one of those things where it's hard to explain, but you have to experience it. You just have to experience it. So for those that are going in person, I'm excited for you guys. Just found out today, Jamil just posted that there is a few registrations or a few registrations that opened up. So if anyone for any reason just had this kind of, I just talked you into it right now in the last 4 or 5 minutes and you said, all right, I want to go, we can actually get you registered to go in person. Okay, we can get you registered to go in person. Don't worry about a place to stay. You can bunk with Carol and Ricky. I'm totally just kidding. We rented a big house, big house. We have a bunch of, and we have a few coaches that are there. We have a few beds open. So if you do want to go, reach out, let me know, and you guys can come stay with us at the house with the few of the coaches that are here. If we have any clients that are still on right now, you can go also. For those that absolutely cannot go in person, you can go virtually. You can register to go virtually. Clients also can register. Coaches, you are encouraged to invite your clients, especially those really, really good clients that are motivated, inspired. Invite them to go to convention. Let them really get an understanding of what the program that they're on. Their minds will be blown. And they'll probably join you as a coach. They probably will. I don't know. But encourage your clients to go to convention. That the deadline to register virtually ends on the 15th. So after the 15th, you cannot register. So if you're not registered to do it virtually, you guys do that. Get that done ASAP today by the 15th. Somebody put in the chat a question. Let's see. Sorry, I'm on my phone, so I can't. Oh, where is it located? So convention is in Atlanta, Georgia. And this year, actually for the next 4 years, it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. And Optavia has a contract with the State Farm Arena. That's the arena where the professional basketball team play, the Atlanta Hawks. So Optavia rented out the stadium and they sold it out. That stadium holds 20,000 people. So it is a sold out event, which is really cool. We got coaches from all over the country going to be there. It's in Atlanta, July 21st through the 24th is the dates, I believe. Yeah. And then if you're not registered in clients, if you're on here and you want to check it out, you can register. It's only, I think it's $99. If you're a brand new coach, there's a coupon or promo code or something like that where it's only $50 for you to register for the event. If you can't not be there live, still register, because you will get access to all the recordings and all the playbacks. Everything will be recorded, but you only get access to that if you register. Okay? Any questions on that? No questions? Who's not registered? No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that. Who's not registered so we can call you after this call to get you registered?
Hey,
Okay.
James.
Go for it. Yep.
You actually just answered what I needed. For those who are working and who cannot take off the time, if they register, they don't have to watch it live. They can watch recordings, but they have to register. Correct? Did I get that correct?
That is correct.
Very good. All right, we'll get that done.
Yep. Very cool. All right, cool. So any of our new coaches, you guys get it for half off. So get registered. Let me see. I know we have quite a few on here. Alan, if you're not registered, let's get registered, brother. Yeah, so cool. All right. Any other questions? Comments, anybody on that?
I'm back on this thing right now trying to register.
So Charles, you cannot do it online. We have to transfer the tickets over to you because you cannot register online.
Oh, the hurt. Okay, gotcha.
So message me after and we'll get you one of those tickets so that you can get in person.
Okay, 10-4, thank you.
I'm gonna just shout out Charles real quick, you guys, because what Charles did is amazing. This is how I know he's gonna be very, very successful with this thing. So Charles did not register before the deadline, and it was already closed, but he knew that this was something he needed to be at. So Charles is, where you in North Carolina? I think he's gonna be driving once he gets off of work the Thursday. But even though he did not register, Charles was still coming to Atlanta just to be there in the midst of the events, the coaches, the team nights, and the things that we can't get him in, not registered. And so he did register virtually, but he still was driving down to Atlanta just to be a part of the event. And I told him, I said, just come anyways, because we'll probably find a way to get you in. Where there's a way, there's a will. Or where there's a will, there's a way. You guys know what I mean. But and look, it just opened up, so we'll get him in so he can actually be in convention with us. But I'm excited for you, Charles. I know you're going to benefit a lot from this event.
You said you mind trick me?
Yeah. Julia, go ahead.
So now, can I register virtually online, or do I have to go through my coach for that too?
Yeah, so you can register online. You just go to the website. Julia, who's your coach?
Sylvia.
Sylvia?
I actually started to try and register today earlier. I just didn't complete it, but I think I was okay. I just wanted to get with Sylvia with something before I completed it. But I think I got down to the point to where I just could have put my credit card in.
Okay.
So I think I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was understanding you correctly. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to register to virtually do it. I can't attend
Yeah,
because with COVID, my mom, she's already
gotcha.
having a conniption that I have it, and we live together. So
Yeah. No, I understand. I completely understand. And I'm excited for you, Julia. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Julia, have we met you before? Have you shared on this call?
yeah, a couple, just maybe twice.
Oh.
I've been on the call a couple of times, but Sylvia kind of have to egg me on to speak.
Oh, okay. Well, Sylvia
I'm actually the one that she's actually, I won't say working a nerve, but she is really on me about becoming a coach. I just would, at the moment, like to just give her clients as I get them, because I'm really not interested in coaching. Of course, I want to help other people, but I just, initially, I just wanted to make sure the program was something that I could share with people. So I'm convinced now that the program works if you are mentally, emotionally, and physically ready to make the commitment, because that's what I had to be when I started.
Yeah.
And so I know it will work and that it does work. I got no problem with that, and I don't need to be convinced of that. I work third shift. I work on and off 12 hours, and then I have my own health problems. So I just don't feel like I have the time to commit to someone else that I would need to be a coach right now. So that's my only hang up.
Yeah. Love it. Julia, I would love to hear a little bit. We'll set a time with you, me, and Sylvia, and probably Barbara and your group of coaches or your support team. But I would love to hear more of your story.
Well, get with Sylvia, because she's supposed to be setting up something for tomorrow for me, her, and tomorrow.
Love it. Okay. I'm gonna try
help.
my best to be on that.
Okay. But get with her, because I don't know what time it is yet either. She just said she would contact me sometime in the morning.
So good. So good. Very nice. And you're going to love convention. I'm excited. Glad that you're registering to attend virtually. Very cool. Vivi, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wow, it's already 7.
James, you already sent me the link, right, for registering?
I probably have a couple times, but if I don't know, if if not, I'll resend it if you don't have it.
Perfect. Just want to be sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, we are at the hour. I had something I wanted to share with you guys and talk about, and this half hour just flew by. And I didn't have, again, because I'm not on my computer, I wasn't able to look at the time, but we're at the hour, but this was good. Again, Vivi, welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. For all of our, I know we have a couple of the new coaches I saw join, and hopefully we can all meet you guys. Again, if you're not registered, let's get registered for convention. This will be, and this is going to be my last attempt, but for now, but this probably, I know for sure this will be the best event Optavia has done. Just hearing Dr. A, and for all those coaches, we're on the same training, so you guys here, but in the 5 years, I can just feel it. This is going to be the best. It's definitely going to be the biggest. And every year they get bigger and better, bigger and better. So if this is your first one, you're in for a treat. Definitely in for a treat. Go ahead, Ricky. Oh, well, Ricky's mute, and Ricky's coming off mute, and we got a little treat for you guys. I'm excited because we got some team things going on. So when we all get together and meet in person, we got a couple things for you guys that Floor put together and made. So that's exciting too. Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay, I was just wanted to ask a question. I was looking to see who was to speak today, and I see that all the names are not on the sheet anymore. So unless I'm not looking in the right place, it was just a blank schedule with all the different element numbers and names, but no coach names or people in the speaking parts.
Yeah, you know what? My wife said the same thing a few weeks ago, and I think she's looking at the old link, and I don't know why because I thought it was the same link. But what I'll do is I'll post the new link in our coaching group, and then look at that, and it'll have everybody on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll repost that in our coaching group so we can see who's assigned and who's a speaker. And again, want to thank Jamie for putting time and energy and effort, away from her family and life to put that document together. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jamie. Cool. All right, family. All right, friends. Is that it? We're all set? All good? We are all okay. All cool. So we'll see you guys all next week, next Tuesday. And then excited to see everyone at convention. Again, I'll put the link to register for convention, our coaching group, and then I'll also put the link for that document for the speakers also in the group as well. We'll see you guys all next week. Everybody have a good evening.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.